and welcome to Shooting the Shit with Vicki. It's Monday, October 6th. Hello, hello, hello. You know, it takes a while to get this spiffed out for you guys, and I'm pretty spiffed for you guys today. This is a new shirt that is so soft and wonderful, and one of the reasons why I am so ish is because I could not button my buttons, and Snuffy was sharing in a meeting, and I couldn't come out and ask him to help me. And there are a lot of buttons, and it literally took me 15 minutes to get dressed. So thus, the ish today. Oh, and then I'm wearing earrings that I could not put the back. I don't usually wear backs because I usually wear my little feather hooks, and these have backs, and I couldn't get the backs because of my nails either. So the nails, and I am so overdue for hair. We're gonna futz with that. Yes, very overdue. I'm seeing Nicole this weekend. I could not be happier about it. I miss Nicole. I miss blonde that will do things. Hi, Jan. You know, when the color, I haven't had my color done since a week before Samantha's wedding, so it's almost 3 months. And when the color is not fresh in the roots don't do anything. So thus, I've been having lots of issues. Sometimes it looks really good right before a haircut, and people go, "Oh, why are you getting your hair done?" And then I go, "Oh, why am I getting?" But not this time. This time I'm just ready. Hi, Maria. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I love this shirt. It's from Apothecary, and it's huge, it's voluminous, but I love the way it swings. And the deal with this is that Craig and I found this, and I was like, I love this, and it was in the plus size department. It's a 1X, and I tried it on in like normal sizes, like a medium, and it didn't look as fun. There's something so great about the fact that this is huge. When it was all tight, it wasn't as fun a shirt. So thus the shirt. Who says what? You sure look spiffed and fat. Oh, thank you, Pia. Hi, Carol. Yeah, so I know, they had it in blue, in like a baby blue, and it just wasn't as special in baby blue. And maybe, they didn't have it in the big size though in baby blue, so maybe I'll go on the website and see if it's in baby blue, this size. Maybe I'll enjoy it as much, because I really love this one. The little medium baby blue, I don't know, it wasn't special. Hi, Valerie. So, and I'm wearing my new favorite shoes. And I've been trying to find a silver puffy. This is a silver puffy thing. I've been trying to find a silver puffy bag for the last week and a half to no avail. I've seen, they're just ugly totes and stuff. But I realized that my little Free People bag is really fine with it, I think. So I think I'm going to stop trying so hard, because it kind of matches the sole. And I was going to bring out my Steve Madden. Oh, I need to put some hairspray in. I was going to bring out my new Steve Madden boots that go with this purse. This purse is very dark though. It's espresso. Isn't that something right there? It's espresso, but suede. But the Steve Madden espresso boots are not quite that dark, but I don't think you can tell, but they're cowboy boots with pointy toes, but they've got a big block heel and a big pitch like this. And I thought, I saw them and I was like, no, I'm gonna have to return these. But I'm so in love with them. I got pads to go in the, look at me doing my hair on the air. I got pads to go, this is really weird hairspray. This is from the hotel we stayed at for Samantha's wedding, but maybe a little better than it was. Anyway, I got pads to go in the ball of my foot to maybe make it better, maybe make the pitch better. Now my hands are all sticky. That's not a good feeling. Hold on, now I'm gonna wash my hands because this is such a professional show right here. So anyway, with the pads, it doesn't feel good. So I thought I can wear these boots for a while. They're just so great looking. I'll show you next week. And but anyway, I second guessed myself and I bought a pair of lower ones that were on sale today. Darker brown suede. They're low. They're not nearly as sexy. So we'll see. Hi, Snuffy. Me either? You either what? You either what? I was telling them that, oh, you can't give stars? No. No, really? I don't know. Is it not all right, wait, hang on. Let me see if I can do anything about that. Oh, God, those stinkers turn the stars off. Sometimes they come back around, but that's really stinky. I hate that they're doing that. It's not fair. They're futzing with me. I don't like that. Are you trying on your computer or on your phone? Sometimes it'll work on the phone, but thank you for trying. That's very sweet. Yeah, scarves are my new I'm really into the scarf thing. It's my new. Esther has stars. There you go. Thank you, Esther. Woohoo! So this is my voluminous new top that I'm just loving. It's very light, very soft. It swings with my new shoes. I'm a happy girl. And I've been on the air for a while and I haven't said anything about you. So maybe I should try. It's been a very eventful, week. And weekend, I should say. On Saturday night, the Waldens, the Abelsons, and the Campbells went to see Will Walden, Snuffy's oldest, play with Big Wild at the Wiltern. That's a lot of alliteration. Will Walden, Big Wild at the Wiltern. Yes, and it's electronica music. It's techno pop electronica, dance music, house music. And I thought, I'm gonna hate this, but we're going for Will, and that's all that matters. And then Harry's a big fan of Big Wild and wanted to be in the pit. And he also wanted to support Will, as did Tristan and Samantha and Snuffy and I. So Snuffy got all pit tickets for us. The thought of standing in the pit. Okay, so originally we thought the show was gonna start at 8 o'clock. Harry said, no, it's at 7. He made us go to dinner at 5 o'clock. That's a whole nother story. And we got to the venue at 6:30, and then we had to wait for Samantha and Tristan to get there because he had all the tickets in his wallet. We go in at like 6:45 and find out that it's not starting till 8 o'clock. When they say 7 o'clock, when the venue puts in the ad 7 o'clock, an hour later is when the show actually starts, which meant that Will was actually not going to go on with Big Wild until 9:15. We got there at 6:45. But what Will did for us was he got us ADA passes, which are for old and decrepit people like me and Snuffy. So we were in this roped off section in chairs. We were seated. Oh my God. And we were right in front of Will, right past the pit. We had great vantage point, but Harry wanted to be down there in the pit on the rail. So he went down there and basically spent the whole concert by himself, but with the artists. So there was an opening act called Shiloh or something. So he's a DJ, and he basically, he kind of sings along to his track and kind of pushes buttons and kind of stands there and dances, and everyone in the crowd kind of dances with him, and every song kind of sounded exactly the same. And he seemed like a nice enough guy. And I guess he's a fan of Snuffy's. He was with Will when Will found Snuffy's first Stray Dog record, which came out in like 1973 or something. And anyway, he seemed like a very nice guy, but I think Snuffy got a little terrified that that's what Big Wild was going to be. And it could not have been further from the truth. Big Wild comes out. So what Big Wild is, it's not a band. It's a guy. It's a guy named Jackson. and he's wearing these funky floral print, flower power, easy fit pants with a little white t-shirt with a big peace sign, and he's got like 60s long hair and glasses, and he comes out, and this guy, first of all, he started out as a drummer, so he's got some drums and some percussion, he's got a cajon, he's got his keyboard where he does his electronica from, and with him, he hired Will to be his guitarist and bassist, so Will was playing a double neck guitar and bass, which he had had some trouble with, and Norik, the savior of all stringed instruments everywhere, was able to help him on the phone talk through this sandpaper thing he had to do so his switches were working. And then there was a female drummer, and she had hair, like big hair down to here, and I'm telling you, when she played so hard and so great. And when she played, it was like Cousin It. You couldn't see her face at all. It was just hair everywhere. And we met her afterwards, and I'm so sorry I didn't take a picture. She's this gorgeous, delicate beauty with beautiful cheekbones, and she had her hair up, and she looked completely different. But what an animal on stage in a good way. And so anyway, so they were a three-piece for this gig. And so Big Wild has songs that, you know, Harry and Samantha, Harry was a huge fan of his songs. He had like two songs, Too Loud. The music's too loud, the music's too loud. I don't know. I loved it. And that's on his new album. I loved it. And he closed, his encore was, You Turn My Sixes to Nines. And I don't know why, but that amused the hell out of me. And I love the lyrics. I love the song. You turn my sixes to nines. And he really had like a great, and everything had a great beat. But the thing was that, you know, a lot of these DJs that have these big audiences and followings, they really don't do anything in concert other than dance. They like lip sync, and they bring out guests, and they kind of play a few things on their electronica keyboard, whatever it is, maybe a little percussion. No, Big Wild Jackson, he sang every song live. He was fantastic. He was so entertaining and so unique, and his songs were different. And you know, I know there's a star issue. Somebody was able to send stars today, but I've heard there's an issue. Yeah, Esther was. I don't know why Esther could send stars and nobody else can, but I appreciate the effort. So anyway, there we were sitting in our happy seats, and it was jammed. The Wiltern was jammed. People dancing everywhere, and Will was just fantastic. He was great on the bass, he was great on guitar, and normally he, like Snuffy, like his dad, like father, like son, jumps into the audience to play and let an audience member play, but the Wiltern has a very high stage, and there's no steps, there's no way down, no way back up, so he wasn't able to do his thing, and I guess he told Snuffy that he had to keep his eyes off him for other than a couple of quick glances. He did one of these during the curtain call, the encore, the curtain call, which was for Snuffy. But other than that, he kept his eyes off his dad, because I guess that wouldn't have been good for him. So the show was just great. I'm glad you came to check too. I know it is weird that everyone can send. Oh, you're on your PC. I see. So guys, if you go on your computers and off your phones, you can. Snuffy, do you hear me? I don't think Snuffy's on here right now. Snuffy, you have to go on your computer to send me stars. I guess that's the deal. Oh, he doesn't have Facebook on his computer. He's not going to be able to do that. So anyway, greetings, Dot. So that was a wonderful, wonderful night. We had so much fun. So we were trying to figure out a restaurant to go to near the Wiltern, and one of the oldest Mexican restaurants in LA, and it might be the oldest, El Cholo, is right there, but the reviews were terrible. And I was looking at the pictures of the food, and it said the rice was cold, the beans were sticky, you know, it just looked really unappetizing. So we decided to go to El Quixote, a big favorite, you know, forever ago when I used to go to screenings at oh God, what's Samantha, we talked about it. What's the name of that theater? The Hudson Guild. No, it'll come to me. It's with an L. Anyway, when I used to go to screenings, I used to go over there with friends for after movie dinner. And anyway, we thought we'll go to LK Coyote. It didn't get great stars either. It didn't get great Rotten Tomatoes, but the pictures looked damn good. So we go there before the show, really early. We're there at like 5 o'clock. We had to wait like a half hour for a table for 5. And the tables were there. Anyway, don't get me started. So I ordered a virgin margarita with tahini. Now, for those of you who don't know what tahini is, my cinder fella bought me some. This is tahini. It is a spicy salt and paprika and other things, fantastic chili powder that you can rim your margarita with instead of just salt. That is a zesty zingy. At Samantha's wedding, we were all drinking margaritas with tahini. Sober were virgin ones, and other people, not virgin ones, and they were great. This margarita, there was no lime. Who ever heard of a margarita without lime? So the kids all got margaritas. Snuffy and I got virgin margaritas. Ew. They were like, I don't know, fruity, no lime anywhere. Ooh, nasty. And I don't drink them frozen. I drink it on the rocks, and it was just nasty. That was a tip-off. Then the chips come with the salsa that, you know, you get at every Mexican restaurant. And the salsa's warm. Okay, that's nice. They have 3 different salsas. That's nice. The chips are like the worst chips in a bag you could possibly get. I mean, we get great corn chip. Oh, I don't have any handy. We get great chips in a bag. No, these were not great. These were horrible chips. And I'm like, what? Bad margarita, bad chips at a Mexican restaurant? This is not good. So then we got nachos. Haven't ordered nachos in 30 years. And they were okay. Those were okay. And Harry ordered a quesadilla at the beginning. That was pretty good. The main courses, you know, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. But we had a lovely time anyway. It was very fun. And then we had that great show. And poor Rufus was alone for 8 hours. And Rufus hasn't been alone since before Snuffy's surgery, really. And very little. And he was here for 8 hours. And we came home and he was crazed. He almost like snipped at Harry. He was just out of his mind. And I think it's because he had to pee so bad. And he holds it in. He's such a good boy. And he was much better as soon as he got outside to pee. But poor Rufus. And Snuffy's actually thinking about, do we get a puppy for Rufus? Do we get Rufus a puppy so he's never alone? And keep him playful and young and happy. I don't know, they'll probably trash the hell out of this place, but we're thinking about it. We haven't acted on it yet, but we're thinking about it. And Samantha and Tristan have Marsh and Beanie, and she sent me a video today that Tristan had taken. They're not brothers. They're, I don't know how far apart in age, 2 years apart in age. Beanie's 2 years older. And Beanie treats Marsh like he's his little baby. And so he sent me this video, Samantha sent me this video of Beanie licking Marsh and holding Marsh in his arms and licking him, and Beanie turning around all euphoric and lapping it up. It was just the sweetest. And it made us think all the more that Rufus should have a little buddy to take care of. So I don't know, we'll have to see, but we're thinking about it. But he seems to be fine from his trauma of his what is it called when they take pathology? His biopsy. We took him out for a walk on Friday, and it was wonderful, and he had a great time. But then that night, he's like limping around a little bit. I guess he's not used to doing all that running, and it was hard on his little body. So anyway, we got to get Rufus out there more often and maybe get Rufus a buddy. It used to be Connor would bring Lenny over, you know, a lot to see Rue, and they would roughhouse and play. But Lenny hasn't been here in a long time, and I think Rufus misses company. So we'll see. What else is going on? It's been a week of friends. Friends. I was out to lunch with my friend Jonala. His name is not Jonala. I call him Jonala. I'm Vickola. And there's Emila. And we are the Laws. And John and I went to Sun Cafe. We're having a lovely lunch. And I get a text, call Drew. Now, Drew Nieporent is one of my oldest friends, 50 years, almost, 48 years. We worked at Maxwell's Plum together. He was my boss. We've been friends forever. Drew opened a Tribeca Grill with De Niro, and then he opened Nobu. Nobu's really Drew's brainchild, and he's had Montrachet and Cortone, and lots of other restaurants. And he was in town for a couple of charity events, and he couldn't get into his hotel. And I had it in my book. I thought it was next weekend, and we were talking about maybe going for dim sum on Sunday brunch, but I had forgotten that it was this past week, and he couldn't get into his hotel room for a few hours, and he needed saving. So after lunch with John, I got in the car and went to Beverly Hills on a Friday afternoon, which is crazy. And Drew and I sat in my car. He refused to let me come into the hotel and pay for parking. He didn't want me to take him out. We sat in my car for an hour and a half or so and just caught up. Drew's book just came out. I'm not trying to be difficult. And an Amazon bestseller, and maybe it'll be a New York Times bestseller, you never know. And I am not in his book, and he was in mine, and a bunch of people are telling him that. He did do a section on Maxwell's Plum, and he talked about the people who work there, and he did not say his friend Vicki that he's still friends with 50 years later, but okay. I haven't read the book yet. I've only read that chapter. And I also just got Nestor Carbonell's wife's book that I have not started yet. And I have to finish the Tommy James book. I have a lot of reading ahead for me, a lot of reading. So anyway, so I saw John, who is a friend of probably close to 15 years. Drew, a friend almost 50 years. Fabulous, fabulous. Then a family day at the Wiltern with Will. And it was just lovely to do all that socializing, because as I've talked to you guys about, I feel like the pandemic has really changed things. I don't feel comfortable socializing. I rarely socialize. I don't go to live meetings except when I speak. I only do Zoom meetings. And Snuffy and I kind of hide up here most of the time. We go out to dinner with other couples here and there, but not a lot. We're going out. We're in a lot. So I want more of that. We got our flu and COVID booster. We're raring to go. We're getting ready for our trip. We're going to Nashville and New Orleans, and exciting news on that front. So we were going to go to Nashville, and we were hoping to see Kevin, and it turns out Kevin was leaving to go on a cruise. I have some friends that I used to know from New York that are in Nashville. One of my closest friends has lived there for 30 years, but she's a Trumper, and it's caused this. She's actually Harry's godmother, and we were very, very, very close for a long time. And then Trump did this to us, because she's hardcore. She's a hardcore Trumper, and that's hard for me. And I guess my politics don't jive for her. So we've gone like this. So it's like, am I going to look her up in Nashville? Sadly, probably not. And I can't believe I would go to Nashville and not see her. But then I have other friends. I'm interviewing David Santos this very Wednesday on Game Changers. And yes, Patricia, I'll talk about that. And David is... his person is Wendy Moulton, who came in second on The Voice 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago. And we were Team Wendy all the way. She is an unbelievable singer. And I've known David since my Rock and Roll Cafe days, 40 years ago. David used to come in and play with various bands in the Rock and Roll Cafe and at my other jams. And I haven't seen David since probably 1990. So we're talking 35 years ago. And so David's doing the show, and then when we get to Nashville, so it turned out that I asked if they were playing anywhere, and Wendy is singing on the last night. We're in Nashville at a place called Third and Lindsay. Lindsay? Anyway, and so we were very excited about that, and we're going to take them out to dinner. My old friend Sandy Gennaro, who did Game Changers, who played with Joan Jett and a bunch of other people, is in Nashville, so we're trying to arrange to see Sandy. I have a friend, Damon Scott, who's in Nashville. We'll see if that works out. And Snuffy's got friends, Jerry Douglas. We're having dinner with Jerry Douglas and his wife, so that's very exciting. We're going to have a wonderful time. We saw Jerry, I think it might have been not at the Wiltern. We saw Jerry play somewhere about a year and a half ago, and he was brilliant. He's an excellent player. Unfortunately, I don't think he's playing while we're there, but maybe he'll sit in somewhere and we'll get to see him do that. So as far as the food in Nashville goes, I think we're going to be doing mostly catch as catch can, because I haven't found reservation-y restaurants. We want to eat local fare, so that's like hot chicken and I'm trying to remember what else in Nashville. There's a pizza place that has Napoli-style pizza. It seems crazy to go to Nashville for pizza, but I want it. We have to have Meat and Three. I didn't know from Meat and Three. Oh, there's great barbecue in Nashville we're going to check out. There's the Bluebird Cafe we have to go to. I think that's for songwriters in the round. But then there's also another Paradise. There's some place that's really famous for breakfast to get biscuits and gravy. We got to do it. So so we were going to Nashville from the 24th to the 28th, and then going to New Orleans. And we got a call from, we got a message from David and Wendy yesterday, I think it was, that Wendy is going to be singing at the Grand Ole Opry on the 23rd. Now, it's been my dream to go to the Opry while we were there. And we kept looking up online, and we weren't, I guess it's like the 50th anniversary, and there's special shows and special people and all kinds of things, but not announced, or it hadn't been. And I really want to go, and we hadn't arranged anything yet. And I also want to go to the Ryman, and I'm not sure who's playing there. We're going to have to figure that out in the next couple of days. But in any case, David said, well, if you can get in on the 23rd, you know, you're invited to be Wendy's guest at the Grand Ole Opry and see her sing. Oh my God. And then Wendy gets on, she says, yeah, you know, you come in through the artist entrance, the parking lot, and then I'll take you backstage, and there's so much history back there. And I'm like, oh my God. So first we had Alacona, our pet sitter can't be here a day early. Oh my God, what do? We can't do it. Marta's gonna come and sleep over a day early. Then our tickets, we weren't gonna get to Nashville until like 4 in the afternoon, and we're supposed to be at the Grand Ole Opry between 6 and 6:30. How are we gonna check in, go get a rental car, get to the hotel, check in, change, drop our stuff, and get to the Opry? Oh my God, it was nerve-wracking. Was it worth it? Well, we ended up switching flights. We now have a 6 a.m. flight, which means getting up at 3:30, going to the airport at 4 a.m. But this way we get into Nashville at 12 something in the afternoon. We'll have time to take a nap. We'll have time to have a bite to eat, and then head over to the Opry. So we're going to see Wendy and David the first night and the last night, which is fantastic. And now, because we're going a day early, I think we'll get to see Kebmo, because he's not leaving until the following day. So hopefully that first day we can have lunch with Kevin. So I'm very excited about Nashville. I don't know what sites we're going to see. I haven't, you know, it's all about ChatGPT though. ChatGPT so helped me put together what hotels to stay at in both places. Help me, I've planned the restaurants for my birthday, our anniversary, all of that stuff. We're going the first night, and then it turns out when we get to New Orleans the first night, Terry Wilson and Teresa James are going to be there. Well, they go back with Snuffy. Terry goes back with Snuffy 55 years. Oh my God. And Teresa, not quite as long, but long. And I've known them for quite a while. And I love them. And That's going to be fantastic. We're going to go out, and there's this place that ChatGPT, where is the best place to get down-hole New Orleans cooking, po' boys, and char-grilled oysters and all of that stuff. And so it recommended this place, no reservations. We're going to go. We're going. You know, Terry suggested a few other places. I looked them up, and the one ChatGPT gave us to have the most fun in New Orleans and have the best local food, we're going there. I'm trying to remember what it's called. But anyway, we're going there. Then we have the next day, we're going, I think, to Brennan's, which is like this famous place that started Bananas Foster, Snuffy's favorite dessert, white tablecloth kind of thing. And we're going for an early dinner on my birthday. And then we're going to see Paul McCartney, thanks to Brian Ray. And I'm so excited. I just can't believe it. I'm thrilled. And then the next day is the anniversary of the day we met, and we're going someplace else fantastic that ChatGPT recommended that I looked up that looks amazing. And then the following night, we're going, the following night is Halloween. And we also have reservations really early on Halloween night because you're supposed to be done eating by 8 o'clock the latest, because then you've got to go out and go to the haunted things and do all of that stuff. And then we have one more day, and I haven't planned the dinner yet for that Saturday night, which maybe we'll go to another one of those places where you don't have reservations and you just wing it for local food. But I'm just, oh, somebody sent me stars. Who sent me stars? Oh, thank you so much. That's very sweet. Vanderbilt Strip, okay. There is an old established great Italian restaurant in the college. Tell me the name, because there is an Italian restaurant in New Orleans that, but it's like, do I want to eat Italian food in New Orleans? I do want to eat pizza in Nashville because it's Napoli style. You don't get Napoli style pizza. They say it's a cross between Napoli and New York, and can't go wrong with that. You don't get that out here. So, but Italian food in New Orleans seems weird to me, although oh, I know where we're going. On Halloween night, we're going to this really famous Mediterranean restaurant that Phil Rosenthal recommended that has like these homemade pita breads that he walks around and gives you hot ones out of the oven, these pillowy pitas and like great hummus and baba ganoush and all of that stuff. So we're going there on Halloween night. I'm looking forward to that. And if you have any other restaurants to recommend in either of those places, Great Bobo Man. Great Dobro. Yes, the Dobro is Jerry Douglas, correct. So anyway, we've got very exciting things. It's in Nashville. Yes, tell me, Patricia, if you can let me know what that is. I'm trying to think if we have an Italian place in Nashville. I don't think. In Nashville, it's a pizza place that we, there's also a very, very high-end shishi place that gets a lot of Michelin stars that you have to make a reservation a month in advance, which I did not do. And so I could see if Drew could get us in there, but it's like dishes with froth and things, and Snuffy just doesn't like that fancy food. So I think we're gonna pass on that one. I just don't think it's our thing. So anyway, very excited about Nashville and New Orleans, and it's getting closer. It's only 17 days away. Woohoo! And yes, and I've got the clothes to wear. So I finally found, I had ordered a little top to go with my Stevie Nicks. It's called a duster, and it just wasn't right. It was like this little, no, it just wasn't right. And now I found this V-neck, chocolate brown, bell sleeve, little tiny top, not tiny, but small top to go under the duster, and we'll see. I got the boots, I got the purse. Am I gonna really wear that duster? I don't know, I was thinking, is it too Stevie Nicks-ish? Is it too costumey? But I got a thumbs up from Snuffy and from Craig, so I'm gonna do it. Here he comes! Rufus! Rufarino! Come on! Hurry up! Hurry up, I got something for you. Come on, let's go. Let's go! Oh, chicken! Come around, come on. Come on, hurry up. I got chicken, let's go. Come on, here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, here he is. Come on, sit. Everybody's waiting for you, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Gentle. Okay, that's not so gentle. That's not so gentle. I was telling everybody that you're thinking about getting Rufus a little puppy.
Oh.
We're thinking maybe. Okay, gentle. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Say hi to everybody. Look, everybody's... I don't see love coming up, though. Where's the love? You know, she was able to give stars because she was on a PC. That's why, on a computer, not on a phone. But somebody else just did it from their phone, I think. Yeah. I don't know, they control it, but thank you for trying. Rufus, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Huh? Sit down.
Yeah,
sit. Sit.
Rufus, sit.
Sit, hang out.
Oh, that's good boy.
Good boy. Do you want a puppy? Rufus, smile. I'm trying to teach Rufus how to smile. There's the love. Because there's this golden retriever on Facebook. It's probably AI. I don't know if it is. But this woman says, smile. Rufus, smile. Smile. Lenny always looks like he's smiling. We're trying to get Rufus to smile. Smile, Ru. Smile, Rufus. Smile, my boy. Oh, somebody just gave stars. Thank you, whoever that is. Oh, my good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Everybody loves you so much. Everybody loves Rufus. Yes, they do. And I love you most of all. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I know it's dinner time. All right. You want to go? You want to stay with me? Okay, so this week's binges. You leaving, Rue? Bye. We had to finish the morning show, or finish getting caught up. And in fact, no, there's not a new one until Wednesday. But we're all caught up. And then Nestor Carbonell. Oh, thank you, Pia. You were able to do that, weren't you? Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Oh, you guys are all sending stars. Thank you so much. Did I miss anybody? So anyway, we're caught up on the morning show. I wasn't loving season 4. I was getting a little testy, but it won me over. It got better, and now I'm excited, and I can't wait for this week. Then we watched Slow Horses. I forgot about that. We watched the first 2 episodes of Slow Horses, also getting put down slowly. So there's only 2 out. We have to wait till Wednesday for another Slow Horses. So morning show Slow Horses, and then we watched. We binged. Oh, somebody just sent stars. Thank you. And then we binged. You refreshed on PC and star button showed up. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Pia. We binged Black Rabbit over the weekend. And that's the Jason Bateman, Jude Law. And you know, I was really on the fence about it. I didn't, at first, it was really confusing. I wasn't enjoying it. Jude Law is kind of weird. Interestingly, Jason Bateman is the empathetic one, and he's the bad guy, kind of. But anyway, Jude Law kind of won me over in the end. But I have to say, it was a challenging view. I kept getting confused. It doesn't help when you stop and start and fall asleep. Oh, thank you, Pia. But I'm giving it thumbs up, and I'm saying it's worth it. Black Rabbit. I know a lot of people said bad things about it. I say it's worth it. Give it a shot. We also just started last night Wayward, which is Wayward on Netflix, which is Toni Collette. We watch everything with Toni Collette. Love Toni Collette. I don't know if we're gonna make it through Wayward. It's like a young people show, and we're not young people. It's also a thriller, but it's kind of one of those. Weird things start happening in I don't know if it's for us. I don't know. We'll watch a couple of them and we'll see. No problem, Andrew. Thank you. So, Wayward, we'll see. And tonight we have The Voice. I am caught up with Dancing with the Stars, which I am watching for all the wrong reasons. Yes, Elaine Hendricks and Corey Feldman were in my living room, but I'm not really simpatico with... Corey was fine. He's a little wacky and not a very good dancer, but he was actually very nice in the living room. He kind of a train wreck. He sang and wore Michael Jackson dark glass. It was kind of a train wreck, but he was very sweet to me. And I know Corey because we were also in the M Word together, and I used to see him on set and then at the premiere party and Henry party. So I have a soft spot for Corey Feldman. Elaine Hendricks was kind of chilly when she did Women Who Write. I think she thought she was too big a star to be playing My Living Room, and she probably was. But anyway, I'm kind of watching from afar. But I'm really watching because Hilaria Baldwin this woman just cracks me up. I have never seen anyone more full of themselves, and she puts like 100 videos a day on Instagram, and she's always like sticking out her tits, and she's got 7 kids, and she's got an incredible body. She's a yoga teacher and a dancer, and she's always dancing and making Alec kind of look silly or trying to, except he ends up coming off much better than she does somehow. Anyway, I'm kind of watching to see what she's gonna do, but there are a couple people on there that are actually incredible dancers. The Crocodile Dundee guy was great the first week. Last week, kind of left me cold, but he's pretty, for the guys, he's definitely the cream of that crop. And then there's an Olympian, is it Jordan Childs? She's wonderful, and there's another woman, there are a couple women, really good dancers. I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars in years. I used to watch with Tom Bergeron. I love Tom, he's a friend. I haven't watched in years, but I'm watching, and I have to do it when Snuffy's not around because he has no patience for it. But The Voice, we do watch together, and I don't know, is America Got Talent on again? I never watched that, except when Wendy Liebman was on. But I feel like I see little clips on my Facebook, and they always are entertaining. So I don't know, maybe we'll check that out. We can always speed through the boring people, and that's about all. That's our viewing. We haven't been to the movies. We went to a concert. We went out to dinner. You're kind of all. I haven't shopped again this week except online. I got my great chocolate brown boots and just ordered another pair, and yeah, I'm very happy about that. I got my little brown top online. Very happy. Returned one. You know, returns are really easy these days. Now, if I'm in question, I just buy something because you can do a free return by going to UPS with a barcode, and they'll put the label on it for you and do like the whole thing, and they've made it really easy. Returning to Amazon, could it be easier? You do the thing online, you go to Amazon Fresh, it takes 10 seconds. We have an Amazon Fresh like right down here. So anyway, I no longer question if something might be right. I just buy it and then I return it. There you go. So anyway, I'm very happy. I'm very happy in my new little my new big swingy white shirt. White, you know, I know I wear too much white, but you know, what are you gonna do? All right, so this Wednesday, David Santos, my good friend, the bass player from New York, who lives in Nashville, who plays and lives with with Wendy Moulton, and they've been a couple for a long time, and they're just so adorable together. They're just so loving and wonderful, and I can't wait to meet Wendy. She's so lovely. She sent me a voice text, which I just love, so I got to hear her voice. She's just wonderful. She didn't sing or anything, but just that voice. I know that voice. And so David Santos, who has played bass with oh God, I just spaced on his name. Take me oh my God, I am having a total brain fart that I cannot think of his. And I'm sending love, by the way, out to Love It, to Tony Vincent and Love It. Love It had surgery today, and I meant to write Tony earlier. We had doctors today, but Love It, you have my love and my prayers, and I hope everything is smooth over there, Tony. I hope you're doing okay. Oh my God. This is really making me crazy. In fact, Terry and Teresa's son and son-in-law play with him now. John Fogerty. David played with John Fogerty and a bunch of other people. And he played with Tommy James and the Shondells. How crazy is that? And so anyway, we're gonna have great fun with David, and David's on the right side of the left of politics. So we will talk about that because he's lost a bunch of friends. abandoned some people, some Trumper people as well. And, you know, it's tough when that happens. People that you have long association with and, you know, end up, this is such a, and what's going on, I'm not even getting into what he's doing, what is going on, because that's a dam that once it breaks, there's no sucking it back in, and we'll be here for another 2 hours. It's insane. And the No Kings March, October 16th, we will be there. And I hope you will too. Is that next weekend? I'm thinking no. A week and a half. The following weekend, right? Okay. Okay, so anyway, I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always being there. This Wednesday with David Santos, it's always great when it's somebody that I know and share history with and about to share a future with. Too bad I don't have a personal picture to use for the show, but I'll have one after the fact and then I can stick it in. Stick it in. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I will see you guys on Wednesday live at 5 with David Santos. I will see you then. Take care, everybody.